this year I've actually done a fair bit of traveling, and I'm grateful and blessed that I'm able to get that opportunity to travel and see the world. And then there's times I've been able to create vlogs and content and just do something I really enjoy doing. And one thing I've really refined when I'm traveling and creating content is exactly what I need to bring in my everyday travel setup. So I'm just going to show you what I bring day to day when I'm traveling countries without having such a big backpack on my back. Now personally, the most important thing in my opinion when you're traveling is having a good sling bag. Now there are hundreds of camera focused sling bags, but I prefer ones that blend into your everyday outfits, which leads me to the sling bag that I'm currently using, which is the Neo Smart Herman H3. Now I've been fortunate enough that Neo Smart actually reached out and sent me one of their bags, and I've been loving it ever since. So this here is actually a 6-liter model, and it actually can fit everything that I need in my bag for my everyday carry setup. Now it's not a camera focused sling bag, but it's actually big enough to fit a lot of the camera gear that I actually own. To be fair, it doesn't scream camera sling bag to me. So when I'm rocking this out in public, I just feel like it's part of my normal everyday outfit. Now the quality and the craftsmanship of this bag is actually done to a very high standard. The material is actually a waterproof material, so any bit of water that's gonna get on it is actually gonna protect a lot of the stuff that's in your bag. Now I also love how the strap actually has a buckle on the side, so that way if you've got a hat or a hoodie on, you can easily just unbuckle it from the side without actually having to lift it over your whole head. Now it actually has this crossbody strap that you can attach to the main strap when you have it on, and by having this on, it actually stops the bag from sliding across your back. But from experience using it, I feel like they could have maybe put a proper attachment point on the main strap, just because this one doesn't have a really main spot where it has to attach to. If it was me, I'd probably change this to a buckle clip maybe, and then maybe have some sort of buckle here that you can attach to as well on the main strap. Now I've actually got a different use for this crossbody strap, but we'll get into that a little bit later on when I show you the actual contents of the bag. I actually love the front flap that they have here as well, which acts as an extra storage. And the front clip is actually their Fidlock technology, so when it's locked on, you're not going to be able to pull that off. So you actually have to slide it down and then it'll open up and it'll just clip back on just like that. So this front pocket is actually very deep and can fit a lot of things inside. It's got 2 main pockets, and it actually has another zipper pocket inside here as well. So there is ample amount of storage in this 6-liter sling bag. So shout out to Neo Smart for sending me this sling bag, and I've been loving it ever since. All right, so let's get into the contents of the sling bag. Now the main things that I bring to create videos like this is the cameras. Now the main camera that I bring with me all the time is the Sony a7C II. Now the Sony a7C II is the main workhorse for my travel vlogs lately, and I've been loving it so much because of the small compact form factor. Now without getting into the technicalities and specs of the actual camera, just know that it's a really great hybrid camera. You can shoot photos and you can also shoot video, which makes it perfect for any sort of travel content that you're trying to make. And I also went with this model too as well because of the 2-tone color option that you're able to get with this model. I think that silver and that black just gives it that retro feel to the actual camera, and it just makes it look so much more nicer than just a plain black finished camera. Now the next camera that I bring in the sling bag is the Osmo Pocket 3. As you know, this is probably one of the most popular cameras for content creators, and for good reason. They've just recently released the Osmo Pocket 4 and they've been blowing up the camera landscape. But I really don't see the need for me to upgrade to the Pocket 4 because the Pocket 3 honestly is just a powerful enough camera as well. Now I love the Pocket 3 for smaller, tighter situations and somewhere where you just want to be a little bit more discreet, because sometimes when you bust out a big camera like this, people might get a bit spooked around you, so this is the perfect replacement for that. And honestly, look at the size of it. It's the size of my hand. Like, it's smaller than my hand, so this takes up no space at all within that sling bag. It's great for little B-roll shots, or if I'm not bothered using the Sony for the day anymore, I'll bust out this Pocket 3 and it just makes everything more so convenient and just more of a fun experience to use. So overall, a great little B camera that I keep in my sling bag, and it's just something you can't go wrong with. Now for the lenses of the Sony camera. Now I know I've already explained which camera lenses I own, but I'll quickly go through them now, which is the 10-18 f4. This here is my main vlogging lens, and it's just such a small, compact form factor lens that just fits perfectly onto the a7C II body. I am looking to upgrade this eventually, but I think for the meantime this does the job. So I have my own one lens specifically that just might give a little bit more quality and pop to my footage. But for in the meantime, this does exactly everything that I needed to. And the other lens that I bring with this setup is the 24-50 f2.8 G lens. I generally use this lens when I want something a little bit more cinematic and punched in, that I want to capture fine details of a certain subject. Now, having a camera with interchangeable lenses, a blower is actually a very essential thing that you'll need, just to make sure you don't get dust in your sensor or in your lens. This one here is a little blower from K&F Concepts, and it takes up no space whatsoever inside your setup. Now let's talk ND filters. Now ND filters are so important in recording outdoors and having that cinematic look to your footage. Now the ND filter that I currently use is the H3 3 to 7 stops. I feel like 3 to 7 stops is the most versatile range of ND filter that you can use, and this here is the 67mm thread. And a quick little tip for when you're purchasing ND filters, buy the ND filter in the size of your biggest lens, so that way any smaller lens you just get a step up ring, which is exactly what I've done here with the 10-18 lens. The 10-18 is a 62mm thread, and I've put on a 62 to 67 step up ring, so that way the H3 filter can fit right on to the 10-18 lens. So that way you're only having to buy one ND filter for all of your lenses. Now I carry the H3 VND filter in one of these cases that it comes with. Otherwise, it's just living on one of the lenses that I use. Now for the Pocket 3, I actually have a set of ND filters as well. However, these are fixed ND filters, so they're not actually variable. Now this here is a ND filter set by Newer, and it ranges from ND16 all the way to ND256. All that means is just depending on how much sunlight is out on the day, I'll just change to whatever is suited for the amount of sunlight on that day. But to be honest, I'm not finding myself using this too often, just because I don't use the Pocket 3 as often either. But it's always good to just have that in the sling bag, just in case. Now the last couple of things I like carrying in the sling bag is a power bank. You just never know when you haven't charged your gear, or your gear's about to run out, or even for your phone just in general. A power bank is also a vital thing that I like carrying around when I'm traveling. And finally, the last little thing that fits in this sling bag is a DJI mic. Now this has been my main mic for all of my content, and it's just so versatile. And personally, I like using the DJI Mic Mini over a shotgun mic. Like I said before, I like it that it's a little bit more discreet with the receiver on top, as opposed to a whole shotgun microphone on top of the camera lens. So for me, I personally like when there is less friction when I'm creating, when I'm traveling, just because if you have more friction, you're not gonna wanna record. And what I mean by that is having things that are ready to use and easily accessible. Because what I've learned from experience when you're recording footage is that if you've got extra steps that you have to take just to get the clip, you're not gonna wanna record. So I like having a frictionless setup, and it just makes the whole process so much more smoother. So that crossbody strap that I was showing you earlier, this is actually how I use it. I know it's probably not intended this way, but I just found that it worked the best for me. So I actually got one of my travel tripods, and I actually just weave it in to the actual strap itself. So that's probably the easiest way that I've found to take this tripod with me. So whenever I want to set up the tripod, all I'll do is just slide it out. I never used to be a travel tripod guy, but this here's been game changer. It's actually one of the easiest and quickest ways to set up the tripod. To be fair, it's not a traditional tripod with 3 long legs the whole way, but it's enough to easily set up and pack away. And when you're done, slide it right through and then tighten it off. So that is basically my everyday setup when I'm traveling and exploring different cities in different countries. So you guys let me know, is there anything else that you guys bring when you're traveling and creating your content? Or if there's anything that I've missed that I could possibly fit into this bag. So if you guys like this minimal camera setup, leave a like down below. And until then, see you in the next one.